everyone, it's Hatsy and I'm back with another speed build in The Sims 4. A lot of you have requested that I do more of these because I did one for the release of seasons and a lot of you really enjoyed it, so I thought, okay, fine, I'll try it again. This time we're doing it with all the seasons. So I came up with this really good idea, I thought it was a good idea anyway, for Sims Camp. When I was about to record, I thought, why don't I do a house and then like make it a generic home so it kind of fits into everywhere, and then go back through the seasons and do something with it. So that's what I thought I was gonna do. And then I got there and we were told that we only had like 5 hours, which is actually a long time to record, but it just wasn't enough for like what I wanted to do, because to build the house, and also the 5 hours, even though it sounds like a lot, it was split, because I explained that last time in the last speed build. Yeah, it wasn't like a 5 hours in bulk, you sit down and stuff. So like you have to set up after 2 hours and like re-get all your houses from the last slot that you had and stuff like that. So it was hard. So I thought I'd have another attempt at home, and that's what I've done. So the house itself, it fits into everywhere. The idea is that it's a spring house, it's a summer house, autumn house, and also winter. And at the end there'll be like a little kind of machinima, time lapse, where what you'll see is you'll see me like fast forward it, like when it's already fast forwarded on sort of live mode in The Sims. So it looks very fast and you get to see like all the seasons, you get to see it like through spring, summer, autumn, winter, and like how it's gonna look and like how I decorated it and stuff. And I also go back at the end and I redecorate it for every season. So yeah, it's a big one. But this is not like we talk about the build. Actually, I wanted to talk about face cam because I've picked the hottest day of the year to do face cam. I look so bad. It's probably about 30 degrees at the moment in the UK. No one's used to this. No one expects it, I don't think. And it's really strange because I got back from LA, I think 3 days ago. Supposed to go to VidCon, which is a story, but didn't end up going. And when I got back, it was actually hotter in the UK than it was the whole time in LA, I think. And it was pretty hot, like it was really nice weather and stuff, but I was shocked. Like it felt like I'd got on a plane, been there for like 10.5 hours on the plane, got off in the same places I was originally on. It was really weird. But yeah, I was supposed to go to VidCon. I had the tickets and everything, and then last minute I decided that I was having more fun in LA, just like going around, just like shopping and going out for meals and stuff, and like doing different things, that I didn't actually need to go to VidCon. And also there wasn't really much point in me going anyway, because to be honest, I don't like big crowds of people. Like I don't enjoy that kind of thing. And I had like all that kind of experience at EA Play anyway, and like I just kind of wanted a week or like 5 days, I think it was, to just like relax and like not have that. So yeah, I guess like EA Play was the kind of like frantic, like screaming and crowds and all this stuff that like I'm not really used to, but it was a really good experience. I actually spoke a lot about it in the last speed build that I did, which was the original season's house. That one was more of like a spring house though, like kind of winter spring. It was weird, yeah, because I initially wanted to build it in spring, and then the beginning of spring, like when you first start, is like pretty ugly, so it was a bit like winter. But it was a nice house. A lot of you really liked it, and I thought I'd come back with another speed build. I'm going to be doing stories though after this, and then like maybe another build or something. I'm going to try and do like one story, one build a week. I don't know, let me know what you think about that, but I'll have a go and we'll try something there. So talking a little bit about EA Play and like what happened and stuff, because in my last video I mentioned that something really dramatic happened at the end, and I think it's a really good story. And I think that a lot of people that like know me from Sims and stuff, like a lot of YouTubers and like Twitch streamers that went as well, they hear all this stuff about me because, you know, sometimes I'll like watch my videos and stuff and they'll be like, this is crazy stuff that's happened to her. And then like they actually saw it happen when I was at EA Play. So it was mad because I actually got to prove my point, like actually, you know, you take me anywhere and strange stuff happens, that's just it. So I think it starts to happen on the first day. This is a crazy, I'm gonna say like, I'm not gonna go to the extent of saying like stalker, but it was a weird situation. Okay, well I was there on the first day and we went to the magic castle, which is like this magic, it's actually a magic castle, surprise. But you go in, it's like really mysterious, you have no idea what's going on, and then like people approach you when they do magic, and then you go into these like rooms, and there was some weird stuff going on. Like, I can't explain to you some of the stuff that I saw. I saw a man pull out a £20 note from an orange, like he split it open, but there was a signature. Somebody signed it in the audience that he like never met, never knew, and it ended up inside the, like, how? It actually might have been a lemon now I'm thinking about it. But it was still good. It was still some kind of fruit that he pulled out of. It was really good. But there was a lot of stuff like that, and I was having like a great time when I was there. Like, I saw a lot of my friends. But as we went back to the hotel, we went to the bar, we ordered some drinks in, and we were all pretty jet lagged from the flight and just tired, just generally tired. So I didn't really have much realization of what was like happening around me, because I wasn't really thinking about anybody else other than like my friends and like what was happening like right then and there. Well, people started to notice that this man, like this random guy from like out of nowhere, he just like starts coming up and like rubbing my back and things like that. And like, I wasn't even aware of it. I was just like, I didn't even know what was happening. I thought someone was trying to get past. Like, there was a lot of people in the bar and stuff, so I didn't think anything of it for like the first 3 times. And then I started to notice it. Like, he'd come up from nowhere, and then he'd like come and rub my back and then walk off. It was the weirdest thing. And then like, the fact that my friend's picking up on it, like Kayla turned to me and she was like, Hattie, you need to watch out for that guy. And I was like, which guy? And she was like, that guy, the one that was looking at me really just creepily. I don't know, it was crazy. So anyway, we were very aware of him at that point. And to be honest, I just thought he was a creepy guy in the bar. Like, it happens sometimes. Wouldn't even think that he was like part of the event or anything. You know, maybe he was just like a guest at the hotel. Maybe he just like stopped by and like went to the bar or something. Anyway, so later on, like throughout the events, I start to see him, but a lot. Like, he turned up at the Game Changers Awards and things, and I was thinking, okay, you're definitely part of like Game Changers, or like something to do with this whole thing. And like, he was just in the back, but like, he wasn't even engaging into conversation with anyone. He was just like staring straight in my direction. It was really strange, and everyone picked up on it. Everyone was like, what is that guy doing? And then like, other people started to have bad experiences with this guy, and it turned into a real mess, to be honest. Anyway, dramatic story starts now, because the guy gets kicked out. Yes, he does. I'm actually really impressed, and like, this is, I don't know, this is kind of like a appraisal, I think, on like EA's part. They dealt with it so quickly. Like, I told them I was having weird issues with this like guy. No one even knew who he was. He wasn't even like linked with the Game Changer. He was like someone that worked for someone else that worked for someone else, and then he was there or something like that. Like, really vague connection, like, as to why he was actually at these things. But like, the fact that it got bad, like it got to the point where let's say I go off to get a drink, he'd go off to get a drink. I'd get on the bus, he'd get on the bus. But like, he'd be smiling and staring at me. It was weird. I don't know, if you saw it happen, if you saw like how this whole thing went about, you'd be completely on board. This isn't just a coincidence. This is someone that went out their way to follow me around at the event and didn't take the eyes off me the whole time. It was very uncomfortable. And like, I've had bad experiences with people before, so I was not having any of this. But that's it. That is my creepy experience. I mean, all my friends were just like, yeah, I mean, it can really happen to anyone else. So there we go. But I'm going to talk about the build. Also, if I keep looking this way, it's because I've got a really weird setup at the moment. I've had a few issues with my house, because like, a lot of you will have known that I've like moved out and stuff. So my internet has been an issue for a very long time, and when I moved in, they said that they were going to take like 3 weeks to come and install it and all that. Then they didn't, they took longer. But then when they installed it, it wasn't working, and then I have to now borrow internet off everyone else. So if my setup changes, you know, for the next few weeks or something, then that's why. But my internet is supposed to be arriving on the 3rd. I don't have the best sort of internet, as you'll probably know from other experiences that are also linked to me. I just don't. That's just it, really. But that's it. You know, it's been a wild ride, trying to take everyone else's internet. But when I am finally at mine and I can use my internet, the setup will look a lot different. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I might even do like a video on setting up the setup. But yeah, so what I was saying is, if I do keep looking this way, it's because I've had to like rotate my whole monitor this way so I can see it. At the same time, try and look at the camera. It's gonna look really strange when I watch it back. I don't know how this is gonna work yet, but we'll see. I've had a lot of people encouraging me to do more face cams as well, which is really good, because usually I don't do any. Like, I really do one probably like every 3 months or so. And sometimes it's like quite nice and like quite more like personable to do it, and a lot of people ask for it as well. Anyway, so the inside of the house was something that I wanted to spend a lot of time on. Funny story, and I completely forgot this till like right now, not even joking. I built a whole house a day before this, like a whole house, and I was really excited about it. I did the whole interior, and then like as I watched the footage back, I realised that the little recorder thing, I use Action, but for some reason, because I was using it on like a laptop, it had like the Action logo on the top, and it kind of ruined the video a bit, so I was really upset about it because I thought, I can't post this. And then, as I got so stressed out about it and so upset, I realised that you could actually move it, like you could move the recording thing. I don't know if this makes any sense, but by that time, I realised that I actually hated the house, hated the video, wanted to start again, and I wanted to do it with like my best efforts this time, because the house, like looking back, was kind of like rushed, probably for seasons. I think that a lot of people are doing that, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of other people's videos and stuff, but I can imagine this like sort of panic almost, like when seasons drop, like everyone's got to get those like builds in, create a Sims, like you've got to rush the Let's Plays and do like 20 parts in the first day or something. I don't know, like that's just not how I want to do things. I'd rather put in like so much effort, so like when you watch a build, you can tell that like I really worked hard on it, and like tried to think of new ways that I can design the kitchen and things like that, because that's what I was going for here. I was trying to work out like how to make this kitchen an odd shape, because it's a tiny room. My kitchen at the moment is really strange actually. I want to do like a house tour. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. But my house, oh this is really bad actually. So I haven't used my washing machine in like 2 weeks, and I figured out the reason is because the water's off, but I didn't realise. I thought that there was a problem, so I was going to ring up the lady and be like, hey, my washing machine's not working. Same with the dishwasher, but like luckily, you know, I've been like hand washing things and also been using like plastic plates, which I hate, absolutely like detest. My parents bought them me when I moved in. They were like, hey, have these plastic plates. I was just like, please, I don't want those. I don't want to own up to having those either, but I just have. I mean, it's not great. Anyway, onto the lounge area. So this little bit here was like a cozy kind of like reading area. It's really strange because I always do this in houses. I put like loads of bookcases in. Guess who doesn't read? Yeah, I don't. I can't read. Like I can read, but as in I don't like reading. I don't like reading books. In fact, I got a Kindle for my birthday ages ago. I haven't picked it up for like 3 years at least. It's just not for me. But apparently it's the only thing that my Sims do ever, because bookcases and like little cozy reading rooms are the only things that I ever put in my houses. I just don't understand. Maybe like me designing a house is like all the things that I know that I wouldn't enjoy, but like put in there to make it a little bit different. I don't know. Like some people like to play The Sims the way that they play it, as in like their choices they make and stuff. Maybe I'm the opposite. Maybe I just want The Sims to live like the opposite way to me. Just like no drama, just like really quiet life, reading. I like it. It's very different. Maybe, you know, in the future I really want to do like a Let's Play, but like my choices, maybe like my Sim, but just very dramatic with machinimas. I have no idea. Like if you have any ideas, let me know. I've been kind of missing a Let's Play. I've been like kind of craving one for a while. Like I see other people doing them and they look really fun, and I haven't done one in like a year, so I really want to do something, but like I've got to think of a good plot. So if you think of any ideas in the comments, let me know, because I'm up for it. Honestly, like at this point I just want to try new stuff. Next thing I added was a little kids room. I tried to make these like very plain. I don't like cluttered kids rooms. I'm not for that, you know. When I have a family one day, like they're not getting a cluttered room. They know they're getting a bed, a toy, and probably a shelf, and probably a bookcase actually. Now I'm thinking about it, probably several of those. Probably just bookcases in the room would be absolutely fine. I don't know, like I don't like many decorations on the walls, things like that. Anything too cluttered. Yeah, I like it kind of simple to the point. That's what it was. And then on the upstairs, I actually really liked using other things from packs. I was thinking about whether to do this because I think the whole of the outside, or like most of it, is made with seasons, but the first house that I did with seasons was made just with seasons alone. Whereas this one, it's got like cats and dogs, and then like other packs of city living for maybe the bricks at the front. But that's mainly it. Maybe other ones as well, but I don't know. But it's nice sometimes to see how the pack looks with other packs, especially because all the furniture pieces link together. So it makes sense for me to do a house with other packs at the same time as seasons, even though it is an all seasons build. That was my thoughts on that. If you really want me to only stick to houses using the base game and seasons, I can do that. I genuinely can, because I enjoyed it just as much. But this one, it just gives me more of a kind of rights to do whatever I want. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, it gives me just freedom. That's it. Freedom to do whatever I like in terms of design. Also, I'm in love with those new beds. How good do they look? They look like those really thick, weird jackets that people wear. People wore them a lot in Germany, and I haven't seen it over here in the UK. No, I'm not saying they're specifically German, but I'm saying that these jackets, well, I think you'll know the ones that I mean. They're like bulky, and they've got air pockets. Like, that bed's my favourite. I look at it and I think, how comfy would that be with all those like air pockets? I imagine that's what they are. Maybe it's just like a thick blanket to look like that, but who knows? And for a change, I put in a dressing room, because usually, like at the end, what I do is I just be like, do you know what, I'm kind of done. At this point, let's just like stick it into the bedroom, make it boring. But I thought, no, I'm gonna put in a dressing room. A lot of people ask for these, and I think it's quite nice for like a big house as well, to put in these like different kind of unique features, because it's supposed to be a bit of a luxury, I think, like a build like this. But yeah, I'd imagine that you put it in the cats and dogs world. You don't have to, but it looks the best there, I think, anyway. I did actually move at the beginning, I forgot about that. And also, this house will be popping up in the next story that I share. I'm going to do a seasons love story, so you'll see that out in the next like couple of days. I've got a really crazy machinima coming up though, so if you like stories, you've got to stick around. I think it's the weirdest one I've ever done. I've showed it to a few people and they've all said like, yeah, you've outdone yourself. It's really weird, because a lot of people sort of comment, well, a lot actually, on Affair with the Maid, especially at the moment, because that's like a crazy story that I did a while ago. I still get comments on that, and then people are like, what on earth's going on? Like, what is this? I understood nothing. If you didn't understand that, you're not going to understand the next one. I don't think. It's chaos. Also, I was decorating for autumn at this point. I think maybe this was the second season that I went back and redecorated, just to like show you some of the features and things, or like what I put here. And I didn't realise the power was off. It was because I was fast forwarding the season so quickly that the Sims weren't even paying for their bills. I think that's terrible. But also really funny, because I didn't even realise until Christmas, I think it was. So they went like all the seasons without having the electricity on, and then yeah, it was only like the very end of winter that I realised, oh yeah, they've got no lights, and need Christmas lights, so I put it on there. And yeah, it was good. This game at the moment is very glitchy. In fact, during this, I don't know if you've seen them, but there's 4 Sims living here. All of them died during this. They were all in graves in the back, in a line as well. That's how they died. Like, I know it's bad, but like one got frozen, one got burned, and then the other ones I have no idea about. Like, they just, maybe it's a new death I don't know about. But yeah, this is going through the seasons right now. So this is spring. I think it's like the start of summer. It started off like quite a bad one, quite a bad summer. Like an English summer, I'm gonna say. That's good, because it's all random. Like, you can have a really bad summer, you can have a really good winter, which is great, because for me, I love hot weather. So if I want to have like a hot winter and change the weather, you can do that. Or like change the season. It's brilliant, really. And then autumn was really pretty. The only thing about this world, the cats and dogs world, is that the trees don't really change. They go red. And like they stay red in the summer and like spring, which I don't really understand. They should really like change that. And then going on to winter, it's gonna be one of my favourites. I love the snow and how much detail they've put in with it. And of course, had to just include a lightning storm at the end. But anyway, that is the end of the build. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all future ones. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.